Welcome to the Teaching Electronic Medical Record, a rich resource of patient data available to help you learn how to formulate medical care plans and decisions. This video is a guided tour of the multiple layers of functionality available. tEMR is a web-based application that has the patient information de-identified for your use. This way you can use and access real applicable data, add to it, and use it as if it were a real-life situation. To log on, you must first bring up the application. Being web-based, you can bring it up by entering the URL in the web browser. As this application is being used by multiple schools, make sure that you look in the upper right-hand corner before you log on to check to see if the school matches the school that you're connected with. If not, click on the sentence, "Let me authenticate with a different institution." Then click on the up and down arrow at the top next to the institution field. The drop-down menu should contain your institution. Using your mouse, click on your school name. In the username field, enter in your user ID and then enter your password in the field directly below, and then click on Login. Once you have successfully logged in, the application will open up to the dashboard. At the top of the page, you will find a long, dark blue bar that contains several links. In the upper left-hand corner, you will find External Resources. By clicking here, you will open several quick links to some popular knowledge base areas. Contact Support is for reporting technical difficulties with the application, and the tEMR tutorials will open a web-based library of video tutorials like the one you're watching now, and also a series of textual documents that will walk you through the application step by step, which are designed to support you in your utilization of the application. On the far right side of the blue bar, you will find the IP address, the Change Your Password link, and the Logout button to leave the application. Beneath the dark blue bar, on the far left, you will see that it says No Patient Selected. This is where the patient's name will be displayed after it is selected. Beneath the patient name area are 4 tabs for navigation. The first on the far left is the Toolkit, which contains options to write reflection notes and feedback, and to review the research the students did in the patient's record. The dashboard is where you select the patient by name or by medical record number. Order entry is where orders, notes, and vital signs are entered into the patient's medical record. This is the only place in the application where patient data can be entered into the medical record. And View Chart is where you go to research the information found in the electronic medical record for your patient. In order to view or add any information, you must first select a patient. You can do so by entering in their last name, first, or their medical record number. Then select from the name options provided below. After you have successfully selected a patient, you will be moved to the patient landing on the Order Entry tab. To view the patient demographics, locate the patient name at the top left corner, and then look to the left of that name. Look for the small downward pointing arrow, and then click on that arrow. An information box will appear containing information like the primary care provider, their gender, race, age, date of birth, their mother's name, and their home information. If you need more information, click where it says Face Sheet and use your scroll bar to see the information. On the patient landing, you will find several different ways to input information, as well as areas that provide information. First, notice where it says Outpatient. Below the word Outpatient are the types of records that can be recorded into the system. Specific patient information is also available here. A list of their active medications will be presented in a panel in the center of the screen. To the right of the medication list, you can see their active problem list, and beneath that, the listing of their allergies. When you click on the Inpatient button, notice that the order options below have changed to match the inpatient environment. Clicking on the ED button brings up emergency department-oriented order options. The active medication list on the patient landing offers a complete and quick view of their medication history. Use the scroll bar on the right to scroll down through their medication list.
The Teaching Electronic Medical Record lives up to its name by offering frequent opportunities for learning. The Open Info button, which is the round blue circle with the eye in it, when clicked upon, will give specific information and resources available regarding the medication. Click on the right pointing arrow next to the resource to find out the information it has to offer.
By clicking on the small magnifying glass, the application will do a lightning-fast search looking for any reference to that medication throughout the medical record. The findings will be displayed in the info panel on the far right. Click on one of the references and you will see that it will open up that part of the medical record.
The problem list works the same way, with the Open Info button to give information about the problem and the magnifying glass to help search for references in the electronic medical record. And as always, use the scroll bar on the right to view more information.
To view the patient's problem history, click on the Manage Lists button. The first display to appear will be the active problem list. To see problems that were moved from the active to the inactive list, click on Inactive Problems. Problem History will display all the problems the patient has had in the past, which are now inactive, as well as their current active list. To get the most in-depth research regarding this patient, click on View Chart. View Chart gives you the most in-depth look into the patient's medical record. To the far left, you will see Abstract. The abstracts will give a snapshot of the patient's most recent lab data and encounter information. Chart Search will provide the most diverse search engine that you can find in the application. It will find labs, reports, images. Your one-stop data searching needs will be met there. Reports pre-filters and only displays textual reports.
Appointments contain appointment history, and pharmacy orders displays medications and any items that have been ordered in the system.
Chart Search access can be obtained from multiple locations. Now that we have identified all of the tabs, let's look and see what's inside. The abstract is a snapshot of clinical data based on the specialty the user has when they log in. And scrolling down, you can see the data. And Chart Search is the door to the warehouse of clinical information. By entering in a search term, the application will search both coded and non-coded areas of the record for your item. And search filters are provided to narrow that search. You can look by category or by time range. The category options default to labs, meds, and reports, where the time filters can be a range of dates or specific dates. Let's give it a try and see what we find. To look up a radiology image or report, I'm going to enter in X-ray and then hit Search. A list of search results will appear in the panel on the left. The most recent result will be at the top. And if you notice, our term is highlighted in yellow. To review results in detail, click on it with your mouse, and it will appear in the panel on the right. And the beauty of this system, when viewing a radiology image, you may find the radiology report just below it. To look up a lab result value, enter in that value name and click Search. Scroll down on the panel on the left to review your results. Or locate your results on the right panel, click on it, and view it as a sparkline graph with the data details listed below. Another way to see the details is by using your mouse on the sparkline. To view textual reports, use your filter option. Click on the filter box to see the options available, and click and unclick the checkboxes next to the categories that you'd like to filter. Once you are finished, make sure you click the OK button before leaving this page. This way it will remember your preferences. You can also adjust your search and narrow your search by time range. The application will do a term search based on what you entered in the search field and display the results below. You can use the scroll bar, and whatever you highlight will appear in the panel to the right. Use your scroll bar at the right till you see your term highlighted in the text. A quick way to search for the vital signs is to turn off the other filters and then click on Vital Signs. If you only want to search for textual reports, click on the Reports button on the blue bar. Here you can filter by category and time range by clicking on the down arrow next to the filter box. The reports are organized by date and time, label of the notes, the care setting, and the author. To view a report, locate the report you wish to view, then click on the checkbox to the left of that highlighted report. Then click on the View Selected box. It will show you the number of reports that you have checkmarked. The reports will then be opened with the most recent report showing first. Use your scroll bar to see more. To return to the area where you can see all the reports that are available, click on Return to Document Selection. By clicking on the Appointments button, you will be able to see the patient's appointment history. Here you can view the date and times of their appointments, whether they were scheduled, rescheduled, or canceled, the location of that appointment, and the type of the appointment and the physician with whom the appointment was made. And click on Pharmacy Orders to see how medications and other orderable items have been ordered and dispensed. To view details regarding the ordering session, just click on the magnifying glass. Details will appear in the window. To close the window, click on the X in the upper right-hand corner. Pharmacy orders will display the date the medication was started or ordered, the action, whether this is a new medication or a revision of an old, the type, is this the actual order or is this how it was dispensed from the pharmacy, the care setting, inpatient, outpatient, or emergency department, the order name and the SIG, the actual quantity to be distributed, the refills, the location from which it was ordered, and the name of the ordering prescriber. Returning to the patient landing on the Order Entry tab, we will now look at how to add to the medical record. Order entry defaults to the outpatient order type. Below outpatient, select the type of order you wish to write. The ordering steps will appear on the new blue bar. These steps can be done in any sequence, except for sign. It always has to be last. Directly beneath the order steps, you will find the order search bar. Here, you can type in the first 3 to 5 characters of a medication or test or consult, and a drop-down choice menu will appear from which you can select. If you want to filter your search more closely, you can click on Medications, Tests, or Consults below that order search bar. You also have the ability to filter your search of orderable items by clicking on the down arrow next to the All sign. Here, you will have a drop-down, and you can click on the category or classification of orders which you'd like to write. To view a menu of frequently ordered items, click on the down arrow to the right of the search bar. The list will appear in alphabetic order. Use your scroll bar on the right to see the complete listing. If you don't see what you're looking for on the drop-down list, or this is not a medication that has been previously ordered, found on the Active Orders menu on the right, then enter in the first 3 to 5 characters of the medication or orderable item, and an order-specific drop-down list will appear below. To view the patient's current active order medication list, use the scroll bar in the window for the medications in the active orders pane. To select an order to renew or discontinue, click on the name of that order. The item will appear on an ordering page along with all of its details. You can see how it was previously ordered. If you wish to change something about the SIG, click on the Edit button. Click on the down arrow next to the medication name to see other strength options available. Ordering usually defaults to the generic name. If you want a brand name, go to the field directly to the right of medication name and click on the down arrow to view brand name selections. Enter the dosing amount, frequency, quantity, and number of refills, and everything that has a red asterisk must have something entered in that field as they are required fields. Indication is not a required field, but if you want to justify why you are ordering this item, it would be a pretty good idea. Also, it will autofill the recommended ICD-9 code, but if you click on the ICD-10 field, it will give you options specific to that diagnosis. Click Save when you are satisfied with the order and wish to continue. Additional recommended orders will appear that are specific to the medication that you've just ordered. To select, just click on the checkbox to the left of the name of the order. When you are finished, click on Save. To order a medication that is not on the list, enter in the first 3 to 5 characters and select from the drop-down that appears. The most commonly ordered SIG will be presented, but they can be changed by clicking on the down arrows. And drop-down lists of options will be provided. And then click Save when you're finished. To narrow your search options when ordering tests, you can click on Tests, or up on the order line, click on the down arrow and change it there. Just like ordering medications, enter in the first 3 to 5 characters, and a drop-down box will appear with options. The urgency will default to today. To change that, click on the down arrow. The indication field is also required when ordering tests. Click on the down arrow to see the patient's active problem list. Select from the list, and the ICD-9 and the ICD-10 codes may be filled in. Notice that there is a lot of information available on this page. Just below the name of the test is a description of all the contents included in this panel. Also, it'll tell you when it was last ordered and by whom. There are also free text fields for you to enter in specific instructions or comments regarding the preparation, administration, or collection of this particular test. And at all times while writing your orders, you have access to the patient's current medication list, their current problem list, and their current allergies. You also have access to the info panel over on the right, which will display recommended orders based on the medications and diagnoses that you've selected within this order session. To view and possibly order something from this list, simply click on Show Order menu or the specific order has highlighted. Click on the box to the left of the order name to order. If you want to change something about the order, click on Edit. And when you are finished, always click on Save. When you are finished writing orders, click on the Notes step. The note label identifies this note by type when you're in the view chart looking for reports. To change the note label, click on the down arrow. Then select the note label that best describes your note. The note field is free text entry. You can set up your outline and start typing, or if a template is available, click on Insert Template. The titles of available templates will appear on the pane on the left, and then when they are highlighted, the content of that template will appear in the panel on the right. And to use a template, after selecting it, click on Insert Template at the bottom of the page, and it will insert it into the text wherever you had your cursor last placed. Besides collecting free text note documentation, the Notes field has another very useful functionality. If you enter in keywords like medication or test names, the computer will recognize them and create a choice list to help you order it from your notes. And if you hover over the medication name on the list, you may find some interesting information that could help you in your decision on whether to order it or not. If you click on the drug name, it will take you to the ordering page. If everything looks fine and you don't need to change it, click on Save to Order at the bottom of the page. If the medication has been ordered before and is on the patient's list and you don't need to change anything, just click on Renew. The medications are now added to the list. To return to Notes, click on Notes. Observations is an area where vital signs, point-of-care test results, and quality assurance patient questions can be recorded. By clicking on the down arrow, you can select from the drop-down box of commonly used observation sets. The observations are time and date stamped. Enter the results in the field next to the result name. Click on the question mark information buttons next to a term to get information regarding that term. And after reviewing, click on the red X in the upper right-hand corner to close the box. Enter your result in the field next to the term name. The normal range will appear to the right of that field. If you want to write a text comment and link it to that result, click on Add Comment to the far right of that term. Results outside the normal range will appear in red. An H indicates high and an L indicates low. Click on the Diagnoses step to document the problems and diagnoses, both primary and secondary, for the patient on this visit. The patient's current active problem list will appear on the panel on the right. Use the scroll bar to see the complete listing. If you see the patient's chief primary complaint on the list, click on it. Notice that when the diagnosis is selected, that a complete order menu may appear in the panel on the right, giving you a list of suggested orders. Problems that you select will appear on the list in the order in which you select them. The first problem that you select will be designated as the primary billing diagnosis. The others will be the secondary diagnoses. To change the order is easy. Locate the three bars to the right of the diagnoses you wish to move, and then drag and drop. Click on the Allergy step to add or delete an allergy from the patient's allergy list. To add an allergy to the patient's allergy list, type in the first 3 to 5 characters of the allergy. Then select the allergy term that best matches the patient's reported allergy. Then you can further define the allergy that the patient has reported. Is it an actual allergy or an intolerance? Is this a drug, food, or environmental allergy? You can document the reaction by checking next to one of the listed reactions, or you can type in the reaction below. When you are finished writing your orders and you would like to review everything that you've written and then sign them and make them permanent, click on the Sign step. To review your orders before signing them, use the scroll bar on the right. If you see a mistake or an omission, you can always go back into the order writing session and make the corrections. Simply click on Orders or wherever the omission or mistake was. If everything is perfect, go ahead and go to the bottom and enter your password, and then click Sign to make this a permanent part of the patient's medical record. That completes this video, and you should now have a working knowledge of how to look up patient information as well as add patient information to the electronic medical record.